Nobody warns you that the person you promised forever to could quietly become a stranger in your own bed. If it's been weeks, months, or you honestly can't remember the last time you and your spouse were intimate, this video is going to explain exactly why that happens and the one thing almost nobody tells you about a sexless marriage. A sexless marriage doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of dozens of small, quiet moments that pile up until one day you realize you can't remember the last time things felt close. This matters because intimacy loss is rarely just about sex. It's usually the clearest sign that something deeper in the marriage is going unspoken. So today we're breaking down why married couples stop having sex, what's actually happening underneath it, and what marriage counselors say genuinely helps. The first cause is the most common and the most underestimated: chronic stress. Careers, kids, mortgages, aging parents. Married life quietly fills every hour of the day, and by the time couples are finally alone together, there's nothing left in the tank. This isn't a character flaw. Stress hormones like cortisol directly suppress the hormones responsible for desire. So a body under constant pressure isn't just tired, it's biologically less interested in sex. And because this builds slowly, most couples don't notice the marriage problems it's creating until the gap between them has already grown wide. But stress alone doesn't fully explain a sexless marriage, because even relaxed, happy couples can drift apart. There's something deeper going on. Here's what therapists see again and again. Physical intimacy almost always follows emotional intimacy. When one partner feels unseen, unappreciated, or quietly resentful, even over small things, desire disappears long before either person says a word about it. It's rarely one big event. It's the accumulation of 100 moments where a partner needed to feel close and didn't. This is the psychology behind why couples stop having sex. The body simply won't open up to someone the heart feels distant from. So if the causes are stress and emotional distance, why does almost no one talk about it while it's happening? That's where the silent part of this silent killer comes in. Most couples don't avoid sex on purpose. They avoid the conversation
I feel
about
like things might finally be okay
Bringing
now.
it up feels vulnerable, even
I know
shameful.
it's taken a while,
So
but I
instead
think
of
we can
talking,
make this work.
both partners quietly wait for the other to make the first move. Weeks turn into months, and the silence itself becomes its own barrier.
I feel like things
The
might
longer
finally
it
be
goes
okay now.
unaddressed, the harder it feels
I know
to bring
it's taken
up,
a while,
and
but
the
I
more
think we can
both
make this
people
work.
start reading rejection into every missed moment. This is exactly why a sexless marriage is called a silent killer. It doesn't announce
feel like
itself
things
with an
might
argument.
finally be okay
it just
now.
erodes intimacy
I know
quietly
it's
in the
taken a
background
while,
while
but
the
I think we
marriage
can
looks
make this
fine
work.
on the surface. The good news is that because this problem grows in silence, it can also start reversing the moment that silence breaks. Here's where to begin. First, raise the topic outside the bedroom, not in bed, not in the heat of
I
a
feel
moment,
like things might
but
finally
during
be
a
okay
calm,
now.
neutral time,
I know it's
framed
taken a
as,
while, but
I
I
miss
think we can
feeling
make this
close
work.
to you, rather than any kind of accusation. Second, rebuild connection before expecting physical intimacy to return. Small things like a real conversation, undivided attention for 20 minutes, or a short walk together do more to restore
I feel like
desire than
things might
any
finally
single
be okay
grand
now.
gesture.
I know it's
Third,
taken a
if the
while, but
distance
I think
feels
we can
too
make this
big to
work.
close on your own, a licensed marriage or sex therapist isn't a last resort. It's often the fastest way through, because an outside perspective can name what both partners have been too close to see. None of this requires a dramatic fix overnight. It
I
just
feel like
requires
things might
breaking the
finally be
silence
okay now.
first. If
I know
any
it's
part of
taken a
this felt
while, but I think we
uncomfortably
can make this
familiar,
work.
you're not alone. This is one of the most common marriage problems couples never talk about out loud, which is exactly why we make videos like this every week. Subscribe and turn on notifications so the next one finds you, because we're covering the exact conversations most couples are too embarrassed to have. A sexless marriage isn't a life sentence. It's usually just a conversation that hasn't happened yet. Notice it, name it gently, and take one small step back toward each other today. That's how the silence ends.